It's taken me a few days to process Juan's passing. The older that we get, the longer we spend on this earth, the more people we start to lose. I've lost a lot of people, lost a lot of friends, but Juan's passing hits me the hardest. I felt really fortunate to be where I was in the Mount Baker Wilderness, surrounded by energy and community, snowboarding, culture, just the people. It kept me from slipping into a place of mourning, despite the sadness that I felt that flowed through me, the tears that I cried. And it allowed me to celebrate him, celebrate his life, share that with those of us that were in that space that knew him, and with those of us that were in that space that didn't know him. Because whether you knew Juan personally or not, as a member of the snowboarding community, as a snowboarder, you are experiencing on a daily basis, every time you strap into a board, his influence, his passion, his dedication to carrying forward the culture, fostering community, and doing everything he could to ensure that snowboarding continued to grow and develop in a way that was holistic and kept touch with our roots, kept touch with where we came from. And just on a personal level, it hurts so bad to lose him. His kindness, his joy, his playfulness. Juan was loyal to the steel. He's snowboarded more than most people. Not because of his job. He would be snowboarding more if it wasn't for his job. Mountain biking, surfing. He was an adventurer. He was a maven. He was a mentor. He was a dear friend. He, in a lot of ways, was the king that didn't wish to bear the crown. I had conversations with him where he was, not envious, just so excited for me to be able to just snowboard for the pure joy of it. Not be kind of like have this overarching sense of that I'm working. Because even though you should enjoy your job, and we all love being able to work within snowboarding, at a certain point, your ascension, you get reminded that you're doing it for the job. Juan didn't do it for the job. He wasn't motivated by money, which is really unique in this industry. Snowboarding's so young. Now everybody that kind of started it is like making money finally. The business is here. The industry is here. And I think that a lot of people have lost sight where we came from. There's a lot of gatekeeping. I think that there's a lot of just reacting to the consumer instead of innovating new shapes and keeping the culture alive, like standing up for our culture, who we are. And Juan did that. Because at the core of snowboarding is inclusive. Back in the day, you saw somebody else on the hill, they were your homie. There was a connection there, real connection. Didn't matter what your background was, who you were in the real world. In snowboarding, you were friends. And there's a few people that I think authentically strive to keep snowboarding that way. Very few people that I am able to talk to about diversity, equity, inclusion within snow. You know, how do we welcome in all of these consumers post-COVID landscape that like clog up our lift lines and are kind of kooky. It's like they don't have any mentorship like we all had. And Juan was searching for a way to give that mentorship to them, to include them in our community. And so, as a dear friend, losing Juan is so sad. But for our world, the world of snowboarding, losing Juan is a massive, massive loss. More than I think anyone could possibly understand. The fact that he could go the way he did, as in control as we possibly can be of our death. I have so much admiration for him for making the decision that he made, because I would have made the same one. Intrinsically, those of us that live this life, that are dedicated to snowboarding isn't a lifestyle, it's not a passion, it's certainly not a sport, it's the blood that courses through our veins. We can't live without it. And that's why he made the decision that he made to pass. I would have done the same thing in his shoes. But the fact that he could be there, coherent, surrounded by people that love him, hearing, someone reading him text messages and showing him videos and everything of the people that are going to miss him so much. I'm so sad for him, for losing him, but I'm so happy that he got to go in that way, the way he chose. So I wrote a little something. On Saturday, our world lost someone we couldn't afford to lose. A person who filled a role within snowboarding that authentically used their position to influence and shape the direction of our culture and our community by communicating to the brands, people calling the shots, exactly what snowboarding needs. Snowboarding is the blood that flows through our veins. Juan understood that and focused their intention on guiding the development of this world to include culture, history, and all people in snowboarding's future. From here on out, wherever we go, whatever we do, I trust that this community will carry on Juan's legacy. And I know that Juan died with a smile on his face, surrounded by loved ones, at peace, knowing that he leaves snowboarding in good hands, in our hands. We love you, Juan. I'm gonna miss you.